Yep, we're gonna start. Daan Duijn.
Yes, Youp.
Let's start from the beginning. We've known each other now for what? 15 years or is it more?
Yeah, it's going quick. More than the start of the studies actually. So yeah, definitely 15. Half a life, I guess.
It's high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the start of high school that we met, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from Halo, North Holland.
Exactly.
But now Amsterdam.
Amsterdam for a long time, enjoying it a lot. Yeah.
So never back to Halo? Small town life?
Maybe if you need a retirement home or so, it might be nice, but not soon.
No, right.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, and now you are equity executive trader.
Execution trader, yeah.
Execution trader, I have to say.
Yeah.
So you already know from my introduction that I know very little about trading, and this is the reason why I wanted to talk to you.
Yes, yeah.
So today we're going to talk about trading a bit. And I still remember that you got into trading basically already during the studies at the VU.
Yeah, well, I got affiliated with it because I did some of those, how do you call it? It's not really a course, but an event. It's an event but it's organized by one of the companies. It's one of the big trading companies. And then I thought, it might be nice. So when I'm done studying, I first go traveling, and then my first job I'm gonna apply is for this trading company. That's what I thought. And,
what appealed to you?
The part of the speed, I think, the speed and it's kind of a game, or I saw it as a game, and I like that. The numbers as well.
Speed game too. There was the thing that I thought, okay, that's maybe not for me, but it attracted you.
Yeah. To stay calm in hectic situations. That is, was one of the aspects from that event, and that's what appealed to me. And it's actually, I think it was a good event because it is definitely one of the parts of trading, which is one of the essential elements there.
That sounds intense too.
Yeah, it is. It was like, but that's also, and it's very competitive as well. And you immediately see your result every day, and that is also part of the game. And but if you can see it as a game, and if you need to manage the downs very well. I think if you get too emotional or feel too bad about something that went wrong, then it's not going to work for you either. You need to be very realistic. That sometimes you lose, sometimes you win, and if you lose, it's not bad. It's just something to learn from.
Is that experience which brings you that element to it, or do you get trained in handling those downs?
It's very open culture. So where I worked, and there's a lot of Dutch trading firms. So I think that culture is similar at multiple firms. That's something that gets trained, but it's also a big part of firms to be open about mistakes. And it's not bad to make a mistake. It's bad to make the same mistake 3 times in a row, yes. But first time, no, it's not bad. It's just something, make it clear, and others will learn from it, and you as well. And that is one of the pretty cool things about that open culture, I think.
Yeah. What was the company you started to work for?
It was Optiver. It was funny actually because I applied there and I knew it was one of the bigger ones. I didn't get any answer though. When I applied,
but after your application, they didn't say anything.
No. I applied at 3 companies in the same week, and one of them was quick, and they made an offer. And then I just gonna call Optiver and like, hey, do I need to consider you still, or what's the deal? And then they said, hey, wait, you have time tomorrow? And then it was Thursday. I came there and did some interview processes. There were several stages, but I could do it all the same day, and then got the offer the next day, or the same day actually. So
what? They went quick, but was this playing hard to get from Optiver's side, or just a dysfunctional HR process?
Yeah, I don't know really. It was not like this. I think they have standard time periods maybe to hire, and it was a bit of because I thought, okay, let's actually give him a try, and let's see how it goes. And
what does the test look like? Is it like a general application test? You see what the corporates do? I can imagine it's a bit more specific than that.
Yeah, it has changed a lot because the company grew immensely in the last 10 years. So, but how it started back then, you do a quick test, just a quick number test. just simple sums. It was you need to make the sums quickly, and it was one.
Explain what is what is a simple sum to you? Because I expect that for the regular average person, the simple sum you're talking about might be more complex.
No, it was really like a very quick one. It's just like 3 times 18 or so. But it's like, and then they see how far you get. You get like, I don't know, 90 of those in 30 seconds.
Okay, that seems like a standard process, right? Yeah.
You can practice for sure. But that's one part, and it is now I think now you need to do some cases. Then you apply for an internship. Then they see how the internship is going, and then you can come back a year after that, and it is way more professional. Also.
Oh, so you got hired directly into a payroll function, and now you would have to do an internship alongside to your degree at the university.
Yeah, I also started in a group with 10 other guys. So every quarter they had a new group of interns. But now it's different. Like they hire guys last year of their study. They spend the whole summer at the company to do some kind of project. Also, yeah, and to show their devotion, I guess. Yeah. Because, yeah, most people just go partying in their summer holidays. But, yeah, that's also like, yeah.
And you didn't? Or you did?
No, back then I did, for sure. Yeah. That was a different time as well. And,
but you were what, 22, 23 when you joined?
Yeah, I got 22 I started, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, summer, yeah, I was 22.
What is the mix of people working there? Is it all young graduates coming in with a lot of energy, or do you also have this senior bunch sitting there? Is there a healthy mix?
It's definitely converging towards like a more, bigger mix of people with a tech background. Physics, tech. It's definitely getting more technical, and I mean, programming is becoming way more important. Because when I started, it was like a bigger mix of ordinary. I buy 8, I sell 10. Ordinary trading on the markets,
right?
Like on the Kuip market, basically.
Yeah, you had
fish. You had some people like that, and I'm actually more in that corner than in the programming corner as well.
What drives the need for companies like that to also have those skills in house?
Which one?
The programming and the tech. I mean, how does it? Why did the concept of trading change so much? Because they still need people to do the buy 8, sell 6.
Yeah. Ideally, buy 6, sell 8. But yeah. No, and more because AI, of course, we have AI, and I'm sure all the trading companies are spending a lot of devotion and resources now.
Talk about industries that will be transformed by AI. For sure. This is one of them.
Yeah, and that's also like how it's going since, because a long time ago everything went on an exchange. All the big trades went on a physical exchange with people with hand signals. It still exists in Chicago. It's called the Pit, but
pretty cool though. Right?
Yeah,
it's a movie-like experience.
Yeah. You have like the guys dividing the trades. You get 5, you get 5, you get 5. It's a cool part. I think just more, but it's also efficiency and the whole. Yeah, that's why more and more volume shifted towards the screens, to electronic trading. Yeah. Also the bigger clips, but still the broker trading, and that's what my role is, the execution trader. That's my role of connecting the broker flow, the bigger trades, with our screen traders. They trade like the minimum size, they can trade on the screens, and the bigger size goes still via the phone. I'd expected actually that the part that would go on the screens would grow way quicker than it did. Mm-hmm. But it's still, it's not really the case. But AI, I'm for sure that's gonna bring a wave, and maybe also a massive crash to the market, because everybody's looking like, hey, this is working. Yeah, if everybody's gonna do the same thing, then they're also gonna run for the exit at the same time. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we see like a massive crash. If this whole AI thing, which it will, get more incorporated,
And if you zoom out a bit and you look at the organization of Optiver, how did your position fit into the other elements of that organization?
It was a link. Like I was a link between the broker market and the screen traders, which the majority of the traders are screen traders, and then 1 out of 10 or so was at my role.
So what does a screen trader do?
He has his own set of products which he should manage, and he should decide, hey, this product, this glass of water, it's worth €1.30.
And that's based on analysis.
He's doing all relative valuation all the time. Like, okay, if apple juice is €1.80, usually water is 50 cents cheaper, and that's how he's coming up with his price for this theoretical price. And maybe he's looking at the weather forecast. Oh, there's drought coming up. Maybe I want to be on the buy side, but he is coming up with the value for the product. And then someone calls, hey, I need to buy a lot of water. Then I ask this guy, hey, where do you sell a lot of size of your water product?
So you take his work out into the market.
Yes, he's responsible basically for determining the value, and I am responsible for managing that with the outside world, like making sure we are not getting picked off, we're not doing the stupid trades, trying also, because there's a lot of information going through this professional market to the I call the broker market, because if you know, there's a big print of this correlated product, higher or lower, this guy wants to know it because he is pricing right now on the screen. People can buy and sell to him on the prices he's showing there. So you need, that's why the speed is also so important, and it's still nice to link those things together.
Right, but you it sounds to me like you had the human element of that trade in there, right? The connecting part. And it sounds to me that screen trading part, talking about AI, that could be the part which is coming up with the price, particularly because it's relative, that you should be able to automate that, right? What kind of tools outside of AI were those screen traders using to come up with those prices?
A lot of algorithms looking at all the data they can get. I mean, they are scraping so much data from anything.
So already automated to a very large extent.
There's a lot of algorithms there. So it's more like predicting the right trade based on your information. I mean, now we have all the information and the guy has the value right now, but you want to know, of course, what is probably going to happen next based on all the information that we have. And of course, you can't predict it. That's why also the fun part. People ask me a lot of time, should we buy or sell stocks now? My standard answer, I don't know. I can find 10 guys.
But if friends ask you mean for advice on trading?
Yeah, I'm very honest. I say, I don't know.
It's funny, but people think you have a particular kind of information and knowledge about the market that would make you money. But in the end, it's about risk appetite, whatever you want to do. And then it's...
Yeah, and you need to be honest, and that's why the open culture, and you shouldn't fake that you know where the market is going. You don't, and that is admitting that is an important part.
Are there still people that they pretend they do know?
Yeah, of course. A lot of hedge funds try to do it because they want to lure in money and manage your money. Oh, I can be the S&P index, okay, and then you give me your money, and I just take 2% and 20% of all the profits above the S&P benchmark or so. Yeah, they're just, and a lot of hedge funds, they come up with certain strategies. Half of the strategies lose versus the index. The other half maybe is winning, and they're going to shut down the funds that lose, and they only promote the winning ones on their website, and you're going to send them your money. And you should. I always say, no, don't do it. Just buy an index yourself.
Much easier. So let's go back to the system of going about a trade. You have a screen trader coming up with the price. He brings that to you. How does it happen? Do you get a call? Do you get a quote? I'm just interested into the detailed dynamics of such a trade.
So most big firms, trading firms, everybody's on one big floor in some pots, like 6 people together or so.
You were sitting in a pot like that?
Yeah, like a row of 10 guys we had. And I'm usually in the middle because I have the speaker box as well to talk with the brokers.
What's a speaker box?
Yeah, it's like walkie-talkies, like open-end lines with. So if you hit a button and the other guy can hear you, and they can just talk and you hear it already, and then you can choose to respond.
So
or
there's
not.
no ring. You don't need to take the call. You just get it.
No, there's a lot of I guess my average phone call is 2 seconds or so. Like, or my average chat with a broker used to be a couple seconds. Just yes, no, I pay 8, I'm off my bid.
And then high frequency.
Yeah. If in busy moments, that is also fun or an important aspect that makes trading a bit, or it's not for everybody, is to prioritize at those times, the busy times, the important times, the times where the money can be made to, okay, no, not important, not important, not important. Yeah, this guy is important. And to, make those quick decisions.
How do you determine that? That sounds...
That is more like, experience and, the practice.
So how do you measure success with a trade like that?
Well, at the end of the day, it's pretty clear, like if it was good or bad. And still, a buy, something can be a very bad trade, but if you do another one quickly against that one, which is better, then it doesn't matter to do that. And it's fine to do...
So you have corrective actions throughout the day if you mess up.
Yeah, or not necessarily messing up, or it's also like a bit of price discovery. If you show a bid, everybody has been buying the whole day, and suddenly it's shifting to selling. The market is suddenly selling, Then that trade, the first buy you do, is going to look ugly end of day. But if you are quick enough to realize, hey, it's turning, and then, okay, now we're going to sell some other bids, then that first buy looks bad, but it was also good to know that there is now a big seller out there.
So it's all about information. You have an ever changing influx of information, and you're adapting to whatever you get.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's where the tricky part and the
that's
high
where
intensity.
Yeah, and that's
in.
where the opportunities arise, because there's also a lot of dull days that not much news is coming out, or market is not moving, or it's moving but very slowly in the same direction, and then it's hard to spot opportunities.
So what day in your Optiver history was the most intense? Is there a day you vividly remember still? I have a feeling you do.
Yeah, there were several, but I traded the Brazilian desk for a long time, for 6 years. I was on the Brazil desk.
And you did it remotely out of Amsterdam.
Yeah. Optiver was was the first foreign market maker on the Brazilian market. And had a good strong position. I think they still have, but I'm not there anymore now, of course. But it was, it was a big market maker in Brazil at the time. And then, they have elections. But there was a plane crash of a candidate, and then the odds shifted dramatically. President got put in jail. There were many crazy things happening there.
So you're acting on world news.
Yeah.
And those global events have a direct impact on what you do.
Yeah, that market was very sensitive. It is like a high beta to say. Like it is moving with an amplifier compared to other markets. So if something happens, if you have a very pro-market government maybe coming now, or a very socialist government, and then if those odds change, like there were odds coming out all the time, like, okay, now this one is leading and this one is leading, and then boom, 5% move in the index, which is pretty crazy.
And then you need to move.
Then there are opportunities, because the whole service is changing, basically.
So let's finish the construction of a trade. You have the screen trader. You have you as a broker. And you have
broker and manager, basically. The brokers is like the housing brokers, and they connect buyers and sellers. And a market maker is one of those buyers and sellers. And I was working for a market maker.
Okay.
And the broker is talking to me as representative of a buyer or a seller. And broker just gets a commission fixed per trade, and parties like the market maker or the hedge fund or the bank.
And which one of those are Optiver and which one of those are third parties?
Optiver is a market maker.
Okay, in itself, it's a market maker, and a market maker has the screen traders making the prices.
Yeah, they provide liquidity. That is what they call it. They're making a market for a guy. They're making prices to buy and to sell for mostly options. It's like your stocks, and option is a derivative of a stock, and that's what the specialty is. And it's a big market. And they provide prices for that. Yeah.
And then you have Optiver, private company, and we have flow traders. Have you ever considered during your application to go the flow trader route? And how different is that company as opposed to Optiver?
They're kind of similar. They are also a market maker, but not for options as far as I know. They are in a different market, and that is just stocks and ETFs, I believe. And they are very much electronic, a lot of size, but very also thin margins, maybe to say so. But they don't do the option space, which is, I believe, far bigger.
Okay, so it's similar. It's similar, but not the same. They do move in a different way.
Yeah, the concept is the same. That they're providing prices for products. But different products. Yeah.
And I think what was the last time that flow traders were in the news as much? I think it was the COVID period, wasn't it? All those news articles about people sleeping in tents and making their annual bonuses within a couple of days or something.
Yeah.
To what extent is that reality, and to what extent is that just the news?
Those tents were there, I'm pretty sure.
Have you ever slept in a tent?
No, I didn't do that, no.
Why?
Well, they were not... I believe they were at Floated. They were... I believe that. I think I saw the photo, indeed. So...
that sounds so intense to me. You decide to do a job and you pour your heart and soul into it. I understand, right? Everybody wants to. But
those are the fun days. Those are the days you will not forget. So I would. I mean, I wouldn't mind to stay overnight there if your market is open in the evenings. But I believe they also did it because they're afraid for the lockdowns, indeed, and they couldn't go to the office anymore.
I wonder if the manager then would bring a bigger and better tent than the low-level employees.
Yeah,
a hierarchy of tents, maybe. That's an interesting concept.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, that was also like it's a very flat structure. I mean, if I can speak for the other companies, but I think, like I say, the Dutch companies are managed kind of the same. Where I'm now is Maverick Derivatives. It's from ex-Optiver guys. They started it, and it's the culture is kind of similar. Like it's very. Yeah, flat. You're sitting next to the owner kind of the business, but you can speak very normally to him, and he is well to you. And it's important. You need to be able also to say, "Hey, I think, this is a stupid trade." You need to be able to say that to each other, even if he's way higher in line. Because it's important to point it out directly and not at the end of the day.
Yeah. A high intensity, and I mean. You do this day in, day out, 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And maybe for a couple of years, the average trader, you did it for almost 8 at Optiver, I believe, eh?
Yeah, 7.5 years. Yeah.
7.5 years. You do this day in, day out. And there's such a rush, I can imagine, because of the pressure, you start to groan to appreciate that.
Yeah.
But there's also a turning point.
Yeah, for sure. For me, my last year was definitely like I was counting down. I knew for myself I was going to quit, and that was counting down because for me it was the intensity was it was nice, of course. The intensity keeps you sharp, but at one point I had enough of it, and then it's not so. And also I got a bit tired of the whole, because we got more. The company got bigger and more bureaucratic, and every 6 months you had these evaluations, and you need to raise the bar for yourself and work on your personal development objectives. And for me, that wasn't working either. And
it sounds like any regular corporate.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I can definitely. Yeah, you probably can speak about it as well. But that is not something that is working well for me. And
I can relate to it. Is one of the reasons I went contractor style, because I was also a bit, after 11 years of those corporate structures, I felt like I needed a bit more independence than going through those same motions of that HR track every year.
Yeah, and at one point you had a guy like following you, and he sat next to you maybe one day, not even one day a month, and then he was coming up with, okay, you're gonna guess this amount, and then it kind of felt wrong, and then you lose a bit of motivation, and then they also noticed that, and then It is, but it was a great company and a great time. But for me, 7.5 years was definitely more than enough there. And now I'm back in another role. I'm doing it part time, way more relaxed. I'm a father now as well, and it is. And in a part time way, it's still fun because I really like the markets and the concept of free markets. Like if you think it's too expensive, okay, yeah, go ahead and sell it. Yeah. If you think it's cheap, buy it. That is the concept of a market, and that is something, that is still appealing to me. Like, but not 5 days a week, evening hours as well. To 1 o'clock to 10:30 or so. If you're in a relationship, you want to be at home as well.
So 1 p.m. to 2:30. That were your Brazilian working hours.
One is till 10:30 or so at evening.
Yeah.
And then I got also, something like those last years. Yeah, it was busier and busier. Company got growing. You need to work more efficient, so they're going to do it with less people. At one point I was having numbers in my head on a Sunday evening. So, you got working till 10:30.
So you got to a point where it really got too much at some point, right?
Kind of, yeah. For me, it was good to be out for a year, for sure.
Yeah, that's also my rule of thumb. As soon as I start dreaming about my work in Excel, I know I'm on the wrong course.
I got so annoyed by it on a Sunday, like even not on a Saturday when you just finished the week. It was on Sundays. I think, no, this is not right, because I was also, you work till 10:30, 11. In the beginning you also go out a lot, which was a lot of fun, but also that got a bit less and less. Also, I told you, the company got a bit more technical background people. So at one point there were new people, and I thought, let's ask them for a drink or so, because I really appreciate it if someone did that in my first years, to go out and have a drink and
sure,
talk about something else than the volatility. So I thought I didn't need to go out at that time, but I thought, I'd be social. I guys, you want to go out? And I said, no, I go to the PlayStation or so, you know. And so that was also
a new generation moved in.
It was becoming a bit less fun, in the sense that I experienced fun in being young, and
it sounds like a logical development. The culture changed, the company changed from a technical perspective. You had a bit more financial flexibility after having so many years at that company. And then you grow a bit older yourself. It seemed like a very logical move to take a step back out of that day in, day out hectic environment. Yeah,
for me, I'm very, very happy. I'm very grateful for the period, but I'm also very happy to be in a more relaxed environment now. And now work being something, work is not on the main spot anymore. And that is nice. That is a nice feeling.
You took a year off after your term at Optiver.
Yeah, a bit more than a year.
Sounds horrible.
Yeah, I don't know. It went very quick, and
I can imagine.
You do a lot of things that you had in the back of your head. If I have time, I will do it. Like a lot of things in the house and some projects you had in mind.
Did you do any? I always wonder what I would do in a year like that. The transition seems hard to me. It's like going on a mini retirement. Many people going into retirement struggle with the whole concept because they work for all their life, and then suddenly there's this huge gaping hole of nothingness.
Yeah. It's like after 12 months, then I thought, okay, now I'm going to look around again. But that really took 12 months, and no joke. Yeah,
so you needed it.
Yeah, I guess I did. Yeah.
What kind of projects did you do in the time?
Some real estate stuff. I bought a horrible building.
A horrible building.
Yeah. It was
your best trade ever.
Nah, the return looks good on paper, but there was a lot of extra work involved. So it was nice I had the time for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So projects in the business sense, but also did you take some? How did you take your mind off of things? Firstly, I think I'm interested to see, how did you cope? Did you have special exercises during your days at Optiver to manage the level of stress?
Yeah, well, some gym time, usually before work in the mornings, boxing. I like boxing, but also like after work. I told you I had the numbers in my head, and I went to the casino every Wednesday just to play some cards, to relax, to blow off some steam and be 2 hours there. I like playing cards, and so I went there, play some cards, and
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got like they give you then this special card. I don't know. You get some kind of card. At one point, they also going to ask you, "Hey, do you have gambling problems?" Because you're here quite often. So they are concerned, or they need to do that, of course. But for me, it was really a way to, relax a bit.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Steam.
So that was your Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Which casino did you go to?
To the main one in Amsterdam.
The one on Leidse?
Yeah, it was close to my home. You play cards with some other people, and for me that was pretty, relaxing. And
So was it like that on Wednesday you would put all your earnings of the week on the line at the casino?
Yeah, and at first put it red or black and see how it
goes.
No.
Red or black. It sounds like you are inclined to look at those. You're interested in those risks. Right, gambling to me is not interesting. I don't give a crap about gambling.
Yeah, but poker I don't really see it as gambling.
You do the poker.
I'm not, because as a trader I don't think any trader is going to do a weekly roulette, because at roulette you're losing if you do it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
But with poker at least you think you have an edge.
It's a nice contrast too, because you just sit around a table, you can take your time. There's no clock. There's nobody asking you to make a move.
It goes pretty. It was really like de-stressing for me. So that was definitely one of the things I did.
So exercise, casino.
And going out a lot. Yeah, I went out a lot on Thursdays because we started so late. We started at 1 o'clock or so. So you could go out till late as well during the week. And we had a fun group the first years in Brazil.
But it doesn't sound like you can show up with a hangover on a job like that.
Yeah, we had surprisingly good Fridays after some big nights out. So we made some jokes about it actually, that it was helping. So sometimes we needed to go out on Thursday to make a big day again. We were joking, but 1 o'clock it was fine again.
It's all about balance. And when you're in your 20s, you can handle the thing like that. Isn't it? Just to blow off some steam. Yeah. And how is now working at Maverick so different? Because it's the same principle, isn't it? What makes it less stressful for you?
Yeah, principle is definitely the same. It's way smaller company though, so it's not a startup anymore. It's now like I think they have 60, 70 people, so it's decent now. But my role is just way different. My role didn't exist yet, so I could fill in a bit. Like I do the trading part. I'm gonna connect the broker network for you guys because they didn't have a very developed one. So I built it out for them, and that was for them quite nice that they did it. And then I could set some kind of terms that I say I'm not gonna spend too many hours in the office. I do 2 times a half day so that I eat at home, and also like don't expect any like I say, massive development plans or so for me, because that's not. I'm not interested to do that, to lead those, and they were totally fine with it. So that is, it's way more on my terms. So
that's
a bit
nice.
More
if
relaxing.
You're in a position to do that. So Optiver has been it sounds like a great investment.
Yes, well, it was fun. You got good rewards for sure.
Came at a price, maybe.
No.
Do you regret anything? Would you do it again like this?
Pretty similar, yeah.
Yeah?
Some little things, bit different, but not so many things, I think.
That sounds good, right?
Yeah. Like I say, I look back at it in a very, happy way. It was a very cool company to work for.
What is a typical life after trading? If you look at a generic person leaving a company like that, it sounds like it's hard to move into anything else but.
Yeah, that's... Because sometimes I'm thinking about you or Bart, like the other guys from our study, that like you have a way more logical career path. Like
it's more spelled out.
Kind of. If there's more like roles for you, but what is a typical role for an ex-trader? Yeah, it is not. It's kind of a weird career path indeed too. And when I started as well, that then was 5 years was a lot for a trader when I started, and now they are shifting more like 5. I think 10 years is now more normal to reach the 10. Or there are some people who reach 10 years. Let me say it like that. And before it was you didn't see many of those. But still, it's not like little steps. And then you're going to end up on some CEO position.
Do you know what drives that? The extent of the term at a company like that? It almost sounds like that the working conditions have improved for people to stay there a bit longer than just the 5 years.
Yeah, they're noticing like that experience is important. And also I think
that too. Yeah.
I think they're it's I guess the bosses there would also think it's kind of protection. You know, you don't want good people to leave so quick because they might start a competitor, which becomes very big. There's a lot of small competitors, but yeah, they wanna they don't want too many of those, of course, because it's still it's a big market, but it's each other's market share.
Would it ever be fully automated?
No, I don't think so, because there is still quite some benefit to do it to have the people involved, because you get a bit more information. So, because you could ask like what kind of guy is behind the trade, and then you think, okay, sounds like a friendly flow, not pushing the market up too much or so, and then you're willing to show a better price than if you didn't have that information, and on the screen you don't have that information.
So it's reading between the lines. It's not just the actual information that you need to process, but it's the
that's what
additional part.
Still makes it valuable, and it's good to know. Like, okay, if someone is going to buy a lot, what happens with the price?
Yeah, well, it goes down, goes up, goes up.
No, but if they keep buying, they keep buying. I want everything.
Sure.
Price going up.
Interesting. That's suspicious in a way.
Yeah, that is. But then you are not so inclined to sell if it keeps buying. But if you know, okay, it's 1,000 and then it's done.
Yeah.
Then you are more prepared to show him a price for that. But on the screen you don't know it. And on the screen he keeps buying. You don't know if he's done. So you're showing actually a worse price maybe on the screen than you would over the phone.
That's what you would call the guy. And like some background information, or at least to confirm what you see happening on the screen.
Yeah, because and sometimes he's bullshitting. He comes back, Daan, I need to buy another 1,000. I'm sorry, man. Blah, blah, blah.
So it's a play. It's definitely...
No, but if he does that, I'm going to give him shit, of course. And then he knows as well, if I do this too many times, next time I'm going to ask him for 1,000, he's going to show a price as if it is for 2,000. So
your network is very important.
Yeah,
he knows your relationship management with those people.
And it's good to have good and honest brokers is very valuable. And we always, at Optiver, there was many screen traders, and the opinion about brokers was quite negative. Might still be, but they always try to fuck us over, you know. That is the whole impression. Oh, we're paying way too many fees for this bastard. Because they see some picture of the guy on the boat and they think, we paid for that. But brokers can be very valuable as well, like good ones. But there are definitely some rotten apples in there. But those you are not inclined to do business. And now we are very... Maverick is a small firm, but Optiver was a decent firm. And sometimes you could really set some standards. And for them it was not nice if a line was pulled or so. So they also, they knew that they kind of,
What do you mean?
Need to be honest.
What do you mean with a line got pulled?
Oh, that you don't talk to him anymore.
Okay. There's a reference to pulling an actual phone line.
Yeah. That is, like a sort of a punishment or so. Or you say, okay, rest of the month we don't talk because you need to treat me better. You need to give me more information. And in the end, they're also understanding. Because first the broker might think, I got my client a good price because I said it was only 1,000, but I had to buy 2,000. But I got a good price. Nice. That day he got a good price, but the next day not anymore, of course. So for them, it was also sometimes hard in this Brazil market, because we were a new player there, to convince them, look, give me all the information because it's better for you in the end. Because otherwise, I'm going to show a shitty price and your guy might even go to the other broker and then you do zero business.
So you talk about long-term strategy.
Yeah,
so not just on a daily
we had
basis.
to repeat it so many times. Like, come on, what is the full size? What is the real size?
And I remember that you would visit the actual Brazil. You went to Brazil a couple of times, New York too, to manage those relationships. Yeah,
of course. And it was also always, I always enjoy those trips to see the people face to face as well, to speak to them a bit more outside of work, and then you get a better feeling what kind of person is it. Is it indeed some Yeah, is our general consensus on the trading floor correct, or is it actually kind of a decent guy, you know? And that is what you want to. That is, you experience it way better than.
So you come in there to feel things out, and do you go to their office, or is it a dinner kind of culture? How do you build that network?
Yeah, a bit mixed. Like you are there for a couple of days, like 3-4 days, and then during the day you do want to do something useful on the days. So yeah, the smaller brokers you go for a coffee, maybe a lunch, and then the bigger guys, you do some drinks after the market is closed, and then with your important relationships you have some dinners, and then you go out maybe later on.
Yeah, and then on your plane, on your flight back home, you write a report, which you then distribute internally.
Yeah.
This guy, be careful.
Oh, for
because
sure.
he doesn't hold his liquor too well.
Yeah. Well, I make definitely. I write a little report like, okay, I heard some good or bad things about this guy. Yeah.
And it becomes a formal report within the company.
I share, but I write it in a nice, informal way. I'm always informal anyway. So
here's the report, and here's the video from last night.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's there's so much more to.
It's relationship management, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's my epiphany.
Yeah.
Out of this conversation, I think there's so much. I thought it was much more. It is very transactional, right? In principle, but it strikes me that the reading between the lines and the relationship management, that is where you make the difference, it sounds like, because all the rest can be computer based. And I think that's some sort of the conclusion for me out of all of this, right? Automation, AI can take over a lot of elements.
Yeah.
But your point being is there will be a very important human element that probably keeps existing.
Yeah, that's definitely what I think. The extra information, between the line information. Yeah. So but that indeed that's a very part of the business as well as the relationships there. Yeah. Because also sometimes you start a market yourself. You think, okay, the screen is only showing something small. I need some bigger. Then you're going to ask a broker as well. Yeah. And then you're also going to ask a broker, that you kind of like, or you know, oh yeah, he's good at this product. But if there's multiple, you still pick a broker you have a good connection with. Because, sometimes it's also like, what's the English word? Like the gun factor, to sometimes it's, and also the broker also has something like to hand out, like something that's a very nice trade that everybody can do, but then you want also to have the broker call you first.
It's giving and taking, right?
Giving and taking.
You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
There's also information. Sometimes they only need like some reference point. It's not even going to trade, but they need to know, okay, what is this roughly marked at? Because sometimes there's no screen market for it, because it's like a 5-year out option.
Yeah.
And they think, my client needs a mark for his book. Just give me some, make me a price. Not going to trade probably, but that's also like kind of a service that you do for them.
Yeah. And what kind of people did you see flourish within Optiver, and what people did you see leave within a couple of months?
Yeah, good question, because there was many. Like I started in a group of 10, and after a year there were 3 left. So
it's not for everybody. This
no.
It wouldn't be for me. I think I would be one of the ones that would be gone within 10 days.
Yeah, like I mean, most people probably are. It's definitely not for everybody. It is what is a good aspect for people to like it. First you have to like it. If you don't like the game, it's not going to work out.
What is it? It's the pressure. It's the intensity. There must be a common denominator there.
The game element, the oversight, calmness, honesty are very important. You get like people that are trying to hide a mistake or so. They were none of them succeed, because
it always comes out.
Yeah, it does. It does, and then it's very
It's back to the first point you've mentioned. How do you manage your lows? Are you? And maybe that's one of the points. Are you able to manage your lows well enough so you can enjoy your highs? Yeah.
Some people who got really frustrated or almost emotional if their spot was not going well, if they're there, because and they have big responsibilities. Well, the screen traders have their own set of products. They see really every day how much is it up or down. So and my role was, I was working for the team, kind of. I didn't have an own P&L because I was working all the products broker can call me in was divided for all those 10 guys. So I didn't have a personal P&L in that sense, but all the screen traders do. So they can every day see, damn, I'm writing off another X amount. If you have the 10 days in a row, it's not so fun.
Highly visible. Your performance is visible
for everybody.
Basis. But yours then, your performance was a derivative of theirs, or?
Yeah, I worked for the team, kind of.
Okay, so but you basically had the team P&L or the company P&L, which your bonus was related to.
Yeah, but I never liked that because it was hard to quantify. And then sometimes you really work your ass off. And then they say, well, Daan, you know, and that feels wrong. And I rather have, actually, that you just can see, okay, boom, made this amount, clear. You did well or you did shit.
Yeah.
So that was, for me, actually, I rather have it their way.
I think it's a struggle within many companies that people have, right? Also within the finance domain and controlling.
Yeah.
Where I work
almost any role.
Every year, again, it's a struggle about, hey, yes, I know we had these targets, but I'm influenced by person A, B, C, and D. It's out of my hands. What are we going to do about it?
Yeah.
So a clear structure is so important.
Yeah, so in that sense, it's quite nice as well. Like, okay, you can, and of course, you have to take it into perspective of the market. Like, if you had a record year on your spot, but the market made 3 times what they made in a normal year, and you only made 1.5 or 2 times, it's still not good. So it's always taken into perspective, but it's quite nice. Like, I prefer their way than the other way. Yeah.
You mentioned the clear career path that other finance jobs have, like what I'm doing. That's the appealing part because you have you know where you could go. It's spelled out for you a little longer. I think the flip side of that coin is for me, that was at some point too structured. I know exactly what this could be. It's not too interesting for me anymore. It's A, B, C. Then you did that. Then you did this. Right. Coming out of that more structured environment, I just needed something else. I needed a bit more of what you had, less structure and more intensity. I think. Yeah. Just trying to say that it's The grass is always greener, I think, to a certain extent. But it's definitely not per se.
Yeah, like doing freelance work is also having more uncertainty, right? And that's also in trading. Like 1 year is a good year.
It's a balance. Yeah, exactly. 1 year is a good year. So people ask me too, how do you like it so far? And I said, well, it's the first year in. And I like it, and I had a fantastic first year, but ask me again in 5. There's no way to judge this on a 1 year period. You will see when you have a more difficult year. When things go easy and well, it's very easy to like anything. But it starts to get interesting when things turn a little shitty. So let's see. Yeah. All right. What else comes to mind?
What? Like the thing. Yeah, what's next? Yeah, that is uncertain for me. I also don't know. When do I feel ready for a new challenge or something like that? Like, kind of appeal to some other things as well. Now, private equity might be interesting. Yeah.
Again, high pressure. You keep seeking it out.
Well, in a fun way, and it can be really, really interesting, I think. But having to not worry about uncertainty is also a very important factor of being successful at the whole. At a lot of things, actually, I think. So, luckily, I have the ability that I think, okay, everything is going to will be fine. Everything will be fine. Or is fine and will be fine in whatever happens.
Are you then more worried about a financial aspect of the future or more about keeping yourself entertained and busy?
No, for sure the second part. Like you need to... That's also the good thing and the grateful thing for being off for a year is indeed... I had a holiday last year for a couple of weeks and then after 2 weeks I really thought, okay, let's go back again. You know?
Yeah.
And for a lot of people, my friends always say, have you win the lottery or you're finally retired? And
that's such a...
It was a cool experience to to realize like, oh yeah, it's not so cool to be off all the time. You definitely want and make it. Yeah, it's much nicer to do something. So yeah.
Yeah, people think that. Well, what are you gonna do? Sit on the beach and drink cocktails every day and become fat, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fun, right? It doesn't work.
No,
it doesn't work.
It was good to realize that whole that is not the end goal or the end. You keep you do want to do something.
Yeah, I want to keep progressing. Oh, you still have many years to go. What, you're 30? What, 2, 3 now?
33. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
you were so young when you started out.
Yeah, I was done with the studies at 21.
21. I thought I was young. I was 22.
Yeah.
But I forgot that you were a year earlier.
Yeah. All things went quickly in that sense. Yeah.
Well, would you consider a full turnaround, a full career turnaround, going back to school, trying to get in somewhere else? Would it entertain you?
No.
Not back to school.
I was so happy to be done with school. I was really done. That last year as well. Like, I wanted to be over with.
Yeah.
I didn't like the school.
It was
too
not
much.
like you spent 15 years at university. You did it as quick as anybody could have done.
Yeah, but the most fun was like the half year in Mexico. Like I did an exchange there, and that was And also I learn a lot of like the social interaction with other culture, other people, and that was also very. Good part of the whole experience, I think.
And that was the period. That was the third year of our bachelor's, I believe.
Yeah.
And you went to Mexico. I went to Manchester, UK.
Yeah.
I think it was exactly same timing. It was.
Yeah.
Right? And you went to the tropics.
And you got your music career boost.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. See how that turned out, right? No.
It looks like a rock star is living here.
Yeah. A couple of guitars and a piano, but still, I don't think it's not an appealing life.
No, but
first of all, I'm not talented enough. Let me start off with that. But man, the lack of structure of a musician's life, I could not handle it.
You need structure, yeah.
I like my structure,
okay.
and then I will break out of my structure from time to time, but I do that very deliberately, and then I go back into my structure. It's fine. Yeah. I need that. Yeah. But tell me about your period in Mexico, because to me, Manchester was such a inspiring experience. It was only 5 months, but to me, this was like coming out of the grave, boring, building.
Yeah, the most depressive building
it
in
is.
Amsterdam.
And I liked studying there because it was well organized. But it was not. Yeah, it was just. It was not appealing, and then getting out of that and into a new city with a bunch of international students, being away from your social circle. To me, that was such a nice experience. And for you, I think that was the same.
Yeah, the same. Like I had a cousin who did it, and I said to her, when I'm done studying, I want to go traveling to South America for 6 months. But she said, but you can also do an exchange. Yeah, but I think I want to do one or the other. Yeah, just do both, she says. And we first start with the exchange and then see how that goes. And
why didn't you want to do? Why didn't appeal the concept of the exchange to you at first?
Yeah,
one or the other?
I thought, I don't know. Just traveling seemed to be a bit more freedom, but she convinced me to do it.
So you were afraid that you would be stuck in university and not being able to see anything of Mexico?
Yeah, I didn't really think it through. But she convinced me to do it, and I'm super happy I did it, because indeed it was a lot of fun, and also very good to be on yourself and with other people, and interactions every weekend as well. Like you did something nice. It was a great time.
Yeah.
And also the university was fine. I mean, it was one of the high-end universities in Mexico, so it was super nice, actually.
Where in Mexico?
It was in Guadalajara. It's like northwest of Mexico City.
Yeah.
Also,
Pacific.
But it was quite nice. We took Spanish as well as a course, and they gave me some points for it. So that was also pretty nice. I also had to do my philosophy course on the side, which was not fun. Like a retake to do for the philosophy thing from Amsterdam. But
I still remember that. It was the pain in the ass, right?
I did it. I even took out my laptop to for some help, but didn't really
I remember our
do much.
professor from back then. It was Ad Verbrugge, I think.
Yeah,
he's got quite a YouTube following right now with the Nieuwe Wereld. He's doing a lot of things on there.
For me, that phase of in that phase of life, I couldn't. It was not just the wrong period in life, I guess, to teach someone philosophy when he's 21.
Yeah.
20. Yeah.
I for me, it was like your parents taking you to a museum at a young age. You don't enjoy it at the moment, but they do inspire you with something for later. And because now I am interested in the subject, and I know a bit about it. I knew where to start because of that course. Yeah, no, really.
Okay.
So I did like it, but I did hate it as much.
Yeah, I blocked everything
out.
out. Yeah.
It didn't work. No.
That was just. Yeah.
No. And Mexico was surfing and beers and going out.
Yeah,
and,
a lot of going out, a lot of traveling. Went to Cuba at the end.
I mean, let's not kid ourselves, right? There was more partying than studying during the exchange.
Yeah, because also like at home, when I live in Amsterdam, I was working usually in the weekends to gain some extra cash. But there in Mexico, I also didn't have that. So it was also like every weekend, it was a party. Every weekend was a party. So yeah,
a good one. Yeah. Would you ever consider moving out of Holland again?
Yeah, it's definitely not a no-go, and it's pretty likely maybe. Yeah, it's definitely not unlikely me and my girlfriend and the little one will do it, because my girlfriend is also like yourself, a freelancer, and she has a lot of confidence in what she's doing, so not worried about being without a job for a couple of weeks or months. And we are not really bound to Holland that much at the moment. The kid doesn't go to school yet here, so we're definitely open for it. So
Yeah, and the reason I'm asking is that after experience in Mexico like that, it's and you like it, it's so hard to step away from that, because it's just every person I talk to who's done something like that wants to do it again. It's such intense and
it's eye-opening in some way.
Yes, and everybody who has the opportunity should do it.
Yeah, that's because I was with a couple guys from Groningen, and it was mandatory for their studies, but for us it was just optional. But I think it's quite good to make it a part of an international study at least, and
I wonder what would happen if every Dutch citizen or every global citizen or whatever needs to spend at least half a year in some other place in their hometown, preferably half across the world, just to get a different perspective.
Yeah, perspective. And I think the world gets a lot friendlier.
End all wars.
Maybe. I definitely. I think it would help. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What's left? I think we've discussed a lot. Good insight in trading. It was interesting for me to see what trading is like in more detail. And like I said, I thought it was way more scientific. I thought it was all scientific. But now I know there's such a huge human element to it.
Yeah, there's definitely a big still, and it will stay there, I think. I mean, yeah.
All right. No, we'll see. Thank you for joining.
Thanks for having me.
And see you later.
Yeah.
All right.